What's going on, guys? BSG bringing you another Grand Cross video, and in today's video I'm going to be going over my account, and I actually was able to reach 8 million. This was a pretty difficult thing to do actually. I went from like 6.9 from when these from when the update came out. I think it was at 6.8 or something like that when this update came out for 12 mil. So getting up here took a while, I'm not gonna lie, it did take a little bit, but I actually managed to do it, so I'm really hype about that. 8 million, man, that was not easy, man. It was not easy. So basically pretty much all I did was get characters I was missing. It did help. Getting characters that you don't have helps a lot. So you can see now that I'm down to, what is this, 8? No, that's, yeah, it's 7. It's 7 characters that I'm missing, right? So, or is it? No, it's 8. It's 8. I'm bugging. It's 8. So I'm missing 8 characters. But out of these 8 characters, these 3 are top 100 PvP rewards. So I actually can't just go ahead and pull them, right? But these 5 I can actually pull these 5 units right here. I did go in on Brunhild's banner. I 6 out of 6 my my queen, right, my waifu. I 6 out of 6 her, but I didn't pull some of these units until after I 6 out of 6 her. Like where is she? Liz I didn't pull until after she was 6 out of 6, and Alette I didn't pull. Where's Alette? Yeah, I didn't pull them until after she was 6 out of 6. So I did go back into the banner to get some copies of seasonal units. I am just missing these 2 from the banner, and I'll have every single one, like every single unit on here, which is pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. I'm missing Ragnarok Bond, but I gave up on Ragnarok Bond. I'm just never gonna get him. Like, I'm legitimately just never gonna get him. He just won't show up. So it is what it is. I'm not gonna cry over it. But yeah, 8 million, man. It was a grind. Now basically, if you guys are trying to reach a certain amount for like your account class, remember, everything helps. Every little bit helps. So what I started to do was, once I reached like 7 point, I think I was like in a 7.3 range or something like that, what I decided to do was I actually just went ahead and level 80 my characters. Every single unit besides the ones that I recently pulled, I got level 80. So you can go ahead and you can see, because they're, you know, they're classified by like character and stuff like that. I don't have her level 80 because she's a suicide character, so I'm not gonna do that. But every other unit, oh, these 2 lanes aren't, I forgot about them. But most of the units in here are like level 80, right? So yeah, keep that in mind. I didn't go too crazy yet. I still have a few more units that I need to do, but considering the fact that level 100 dropped, it's going to actually be a little tougher to get them up to level 80, because I do need SSR pendants to make UR pendants. So it's a little unfortunate, you know, the time that the 100 update dropped, but it's fine. It is what it is, right? You can't do much about it. But yeah, that's what I decided to do. And another thing I decided to do was actually just go ahead and super awaken 1 of my characters, and then once every single character that I own was 1-star super awakened, I went to 2. And then I realized something. Super awakening, if you get it to 3-star at least, 3-star at least, it's really good for your CC, because you're getting an HP buff from your super awakening 3-star. You're also getting it, I think, yeah, I like these stars too, but you know, the super awakening coins are expensive, right? They're expensive. They're not, they're rare. They're very rare. You're not gonna get them every other day or so, unless you're like doing daily logins and stuff. They're a little rare, so you don't get too many of them. But this right here gives you a pretty good amount of CC because of the HP that you're getting. The attack and defense unfortunately don't give you much, but when you get the HP, that's what really helps, man. It really does. And getting the super awakening 3, as long as your unit is 6 out of 6 or 3 out of 6, it's not tough. It's actually not terrible, because the amount of materials you need is way less expensive than what you would get at super awakening 5 and 6. It just is. So, you know, you want to go ahead and you want to super awaken at least units to 3, right? Super awaken 3. That's really big. I'm gonna try and show it. I think I have enough to actually do it. Who's a unit that has pretty good CC that has 3 out of 6 at least? We got, let's keep going. No. Are there none that I have? I'm trying to look for one that has, okay, Valenci. Let's do Valenci. She has pretty good CC. Oh, but I don't have her threat of 6. So even if I register, I don't think it'll. Damn. Okay. Trying to see. No. Wow, I really don't have anybody that could just go ahead and get to Super Awakening 3. Alright, let's just do, I guess let's, really don't want to do Brawler Bond. I really don't want to do Brawler Bond, man. Alright, whatever, let's just do Brawler Bond. So you see my CC, right? It's at basically 4,332, right? 8,004,032. Then we go ahead and we register. Oh, that's a lot of my super, whatever. So you can see that my HP is pretty good. Right, it's pretty good. Crit defense actually is pretty high too. Wow, that's pretty good. 67.5. I did forget he got buffed. So let's go ahead and boop. So now we get a pretty sizable amount of CC once we go back, and now we're at 5.9. It would have been better if I would have used it on a more like modern unit, but it is what it is. So yeah, almost a 2,000 increase, which is pretty good, right? Pretty good. So I do think that it is worth it using your Super Awakening coins on every single unit because it'll pay off in the long run. It's not like it's not gonna pay off. It will pay off for sure. Also, getting them to level 80 is probably a good rule of thumb. If you're a newer player, it's gonna be a little bit more, it's gonna be a lot difficult for you to actually go ahead and do this, because remember, I played this basically when the game dropped. So I had most of these units already somewhat like level 60, level 65-ish, level 80, some of them even before I even started that grind. So I had them pretty high up there. But now it's a lot harder because of that level 100. It's the level 100 that really hurts. And if they would give a way to get pendants a lot easier, let's say they have a separate stage you can grind, let's say 10 times a day or something like that, that would be a major buff. It would be a major buff. So maybe one day to Fort Solgris, they'll add a SSR pendant farming stage, right, that you can get 10 a day, and then by the end of the week you'll have about 70 that you can use, or more, because you get some, you know, doing other stuff. But that'd be good. I don't understand why they don't do that. They know that there's a lot of characters, so maybe they're just holding off on an update for that, for a big update, an overhaul. I don't know, man. I really don't know. But yeah, that really helped me out too. Again, getting characters is a big thing. Equipment is probably the #1 thing, to be honest, because equipment gives you so much CC. So let's go ahead and let's just go to Ragnarok Melee. So you can see here, I have HP and defense on him. And then I also have HP defense gear on pretty much everyone else. But here's the kicker. Here's what really helps. So if you put HP in defense, you do actually want to use those tier 5. Do I have it on you? You do want to use those. Yes, I do. Those tier 5 tickets that you get, the SSR tier 5, because these give you really good CC. Really good. Or if you want to go ahead and put HP and defense gear on a unit and then get them to a 5-star, you don't have to roll their stats. You don't have to do that. All right, you don't. Unless you're actually working on the character itself, you don't have to roll the stats. You just get it to 5-star +5 and you're good. This will give you a massive boost to your CC. So if you have just tier 5 SSR equipment laying around, HP and defense, man, I'm telling you right now, HP and defense on every character is the way to go. So if you have some you want to spare, please do that. It's going to help a lot. And like I said, you can even put the empty HP and defense. It doesn't matter. This will help a lot as well. Right, I was talking to my boy Rigatoni, shout outs to him. He has all his R characters. I don't know if it's all his R characters, but he said that he put his R characters, he put R equipment on them, and then he just made them 5-star +5 perfect rolls or something like that, because it does help. It does, right? So for sure, if you want to do that, that's a strategy. I personally, if you're going to start the level 80 grind for a box CC, personally, I think I would start with R's, because R's don't use SSR pendants. They just use R pendants, which you probably have a shit ton laying around, just truth be told, right? So I definitely would start with the R's, because they're the easiest to do. Then once you finish the R's, you can go to SR's, which I'm probably going to end up doing for level 90, because level 90, again, you're going to need a lot of demon material too, don't forget about that. But I probably will start with the R's and then I'll go to the SR's. Once you reach the SSRs, man, that's when it becomes a problem, because you might have a unit you want to get to level 100, but to get to from level 80 to 90, what is that? That's 6 pendants. That's an UR pendant that you're missing right there. So it's rough, right? It is rough depending on what you want to do. You want to get every unit level 90, you want to get a couple units level 100. It's just tough. Again, I really wish that with the level 100 update they came out with a pendant farming stage. That would have been so good, but of course it's Netmarble, so they didn't do that. But yeah, equipment is a really big thing. Also, you want to make sure you have your ultimate moves maxed out if you can. I know there's a couple of units that people won't have maxed out. Like my Green Gother is still at level 3. My Halloween Gother is, well, no, I lied. He was at level 2. I got a dupe. Now he's at 3 out of 6. He's been out for 2 years, and I only got him 3 out of 6 now. All right, so there's gonna be units that you just naturally won't be able to get the 6 out of 6. It is what it is. You can't do much about that, right? You just gotta pull the unit, especially when it comes to collab units, because spoiler alert, they ain't coming back for a while. So I only got 2 out of 6 Benimaru, Milim, 1 out of 6 Rimuru, because I used the dupe to buy a dupe of this Rimuru. So this Rimuru is level 6, which is, or 6 out of 6, which is really good. Right, but then yeah, there's a couple of units that you just might not have 6 out of 6 because 1, they're not on banners, 2, they're on banners that are shitty, or 3, you just don't care enough to get them 6 out of 6. It is what it is. But getting characters max ultimate level is a major thing, because when you get them from 1 to 6 out of 6, it is a 2000 CC bonus. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind. It is 2000 CC for every time you get a unit from 1 to 6. It's pretty big buff that you're getting. So just keep that in mind. Holy relics are important too, but I know a majority of the player base don't actually grind up, like, you know, the materials to actually craft holy relics. I just do it every week, and I'm going through it slowly. So the next time the bird comes, I actually am probably going to just go in order. I stopped I stopped going in order for a minute because I wanted to get my waifu her holy relic, and then I got Sigurd's holy relic. But now I'm probably going to just go ahead and I'm gonna get Bond's next. If it's a unit that I don't care about that gets one next, I'll get Bond, and then I'll just keep going down the list until all the bird relics are done, which I do need a few, but there's a few that I don't need the SSR material for, right? So yeah, holy relics are big, but I know a lot of people probably don't really care too much about them, but just keep that in mind, they are pretty big. What's another thing that helped me with CC? I'm trying to remember. I think I hit all the major pinpoints though, right, in terms of getting your box CC up. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end the video. If there's something I missed, let me know down in the comments below. But 8 million, guys, 8 million. Really hyped for that. I used all my growth points that I was hoarding up to, so I got this. In a little bit, I'll have it done, right? Maybe I want to say, but no, not even by the end of the year. Like, depending on how hard I go for box CC again, right? It could be potentially be done by the end of the year. We'll see. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be the end of the video. Let me know how much box CC you have, what you're aiming for, and all that good stuff. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. And as always, you guys already know, I will see you all later.